Bottom line is trying to say, moving this organization in this traditional manner, growing in this manner, would I actually be happy? Is that what I really want?
From a very successful training career of 15 years with your office in Jalan Kilang Barat, that's where I used to go for training.
Yeah.
How did you come to the decision to sell your office and cut down your training?
That is it's a very tough decision to make, actually. All those things that we talk about, the office, the space, the people that we hire, and so on, the office comes with a lot of other requirements as well. People that, as I said, the overheads and the people that we are obligated to and everything else, right? And to run the business at a certain volume, it began to hit on me and dawn on me that where am I driving the company into? Now, it was the plan to be able to grow the organization very much in a very traditional manner. That means turning it into what we call a limited company with shares, selling it out, get the shareholders to come in, probably go to IPO, get more trainers to come in, manage them, signing up the train. This is the kind of the natural progression of the so-called, I would call it the older paradigm of thinking. And essentially, I was questioning myself, is that the way I want to go? Because at some level, when I do that, I lose control of the company. And the second part of it is that when I expand it in this way, right, how do I align all these people to a vision, which I know I'm clear about my vision, or do I want to keep it smaller? So I was asking myself a whole bunch of questions, but the bottom line is trying to say, moving this organization in this traditional manner, growing in this manner, would I actually be happy? Is that what I really want? Yeah, I'm just asking because I don't believe that life is about work, accolades, finance, money, and growing the company, getting a certain reputation. Is that, I mean, those are things that is nice to have, but is that what I really want? Then I read a book. It is Small Giants. It's really a very good book. It's about this thing, written by a guy who actually went and investigated all the so-called small companies that produce big numbers. Small companies, but produce big numbers, and they choose not to go the IPO or sell the shares and expand organization traditionally. So the book Small Giants, that means what the business owners basically ask themselves, what do we love to do? And what do we want to do with a quality that no one can match you? Because as you grow the company in terms of quantity, you have to contend with quality.
Right.
You lose control. And begin to look at all these small companies, and I was quite moved by the fact that the small companies, many of them were actually involved with the community. Mm-hmm. For example, this one very successful restaurant, there's only a few in the US under this bandwagon, but they choose to be small, where a lot of people want to kind of like take it, go to every state and then turn it into some kind of like fast food way of doing business, but they choose not to go because they want to be able to keep doing what they love to do and do it at their own pace. Okay? Right. And to be able to be in the community that they love and serve the community. So what they do is they take the food, for example, that they left over from the restaurant, they will put it up nicely and they deliver to what we call poor homes. Right? And they do it out, and then they got out outreach program. So the restaurant is involved with the community in a very meaningful way. And the community spread the word, and then the community are much more loyal to patronizing that outlet, right? So their list of waiting lists, it can go up for almost like 3 months. Even a book a table is 3 months ahead of time. They got more business than they could possibly handle, and they are very happy about it. So I thought about it and looking at some of the other examples and how the leaders think and everything else. I asked myself, do I want to head in that direction, or do I want to be a company that's small but is able to equally make a meaningful, big difference? Going bigger, better, more may not be the solution. In fact, it's not the solution for me.
Right.
So I make a decision that what do I want to do? What do I want to do very well? What is my greatest strength that I can really work on and pass on to other people without any ego involved whatsoever? Basically, simply mean I'm very grateful for what God has given me. In my life, what I experienced, given my background, I'm only what we call an O-level holder. I'm able to consult with people much more educated and very so-called very intelligent, very sophisticated people, and I'm able to offer advice that they would have given me the confirmation that it has been very useful, and they repeat their business with me. So I asked myself this question, and then I decided that I wanted to be able to keep the company very small. I freed up my space. I can then focus on the thing that I really love to do, which is to be able to take all the things that I have that privilege to have experienced over the last 17 years and turn it into a system for organizational development and life coaching. Organizational development and life coaching. Life coaching is where my heart is, because I know that's when I make the strongest and most powerful and most definitive difference into individuals. It may be a large group, but actually a large group of individuals basically, and working them through and giving them what we call a framework and the processes to run their own lives, and then they can see it working in their lives and turning that around so that they can literally empower themselves with the right so-called system, and then they can take it and play with it and roll it and make it even better.